for those of you that are new here, my name is Dolores, and I am better known as the Baking Diva. Well, let me tell you, most of my life, I always drank hot coffee. Of course, I get up in the morning, I have a cup of hot coffee. And then a few years ago, I don't know, something changed and I got hooked on iced coffee. And that's all I drink. Every morning, doesn't matter what the weather is, whether it's summer, winter, spring, or fall, I always have my iced coffee. And, well, today I'm going to show you 3 of the iced coffees that I use. And we're going to do a little taste testing on them. And I'm going to give you my thoughts. Now, when I first started drinking the iced coffee, I like to go to Trader Joe's, and I saw this in Trader Joe's, and it's Trader Joe's brand instant cold brew coffee. Now, I was buying this for a couple of years, and I enjoyed it, and then all of a sudden, disappeared off the shelves. And I went in there one day, and I said, "Where's your coffee?" And they said, "Oh, I don't know, they were having some kind of an issue with it and they really had no idea if or when it would be back." And then maybe about a month or so ago, it came back. But unless it's my imagination, I think the jar is a lot smaller. But anyway, this is the Trader Joe's brand. And it's basically 100% Arabica coffee. And you can serve it chilled over ice. If you want, you can serve it hot. There is no sugar in it or other sweeteners. And let me see what it says here. Cold brew coffee connoisseurs, rejoice. We've taken what's typically a 12 to 24-hour process and they turned it into an instant affair. And as much as I like coffee, the iced coffee, I don't feel like brewing a cup of coffee and then, wait until it cools down, putting the ice in it, yada, yada, yada. So this was much easier. It says, with this cold brew process, it's 100% Arabica coffee blend. You're just a stir away from smooth, easy drinking cold brew coffee in seconds. So, if you just took regular instant coffee and you put it in cold water, it isn't going to dissolve. You're going to have all those granules in there. But these cold brews, they dissolve instantly. Now, this brand will tell you, add 1 heaping teaspoon of this to 12 fluid ounces of cold water and stir. And, to achieve your preferred brew strength, you can add a little more coffee or a little more water, whatever you prefer. So right now, I'm going to make us a cup of iced coffee with the Trader Joe's brand. So these are not really big. So I'm going to fill these maybe about 3/4 of the way. So let me get my water over here. Oh, it's heavy. And pour it in. Here we go. I'll pour it about 3/4 of the way. And I'm going to take a teaspoon. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of this coffee in there. Okay. Here we go. And I'll stir it up. And you can see here how it dissolves instantly. Okay, now I like to use half and half in my coffee. You can use it just black like this. You can put heavy cream in it. You can put milk, whatever your heart desires, but I like half and half in. And I will tell you, I don't like real strong coffee, and we'll get to that in a minute. So this is all mixed. So I have ice over here, and I always put stevia in mine. So first I'm going to go over there and I'm going to grab my half and half. I'm going to put some of that in there. Sometimes people will say to me, do you want a little coffee with your half and half? But I like lighter coffee, and I like half and half. So let me mix that up with this straw a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to put my stevia in there. Now you can use the liquid stevia. I use that too. But I have the little packets of the stevia in the raw. So I'm going to put 2 of them in. It's not real sweet at all. Stevia is natural, and it's my sweetener of choice. I don't care for the other ones. So let me put that in. Stir it up. And then I'm going to put my ice cubes in. So this isn't a real big glass. You can use a taller one. You can put more coffee in it. You can use a smaller one. Okay, so I have my ice in there. And I'm going to stir it up. I should have had a napkin here. I'm going to get one. And I'm going to give it a taste test. Cheers. Now, obviously, I like it because I wouldn't have been drinking it for a couple of years if I didn't. The water's not cold enough, so it'll take a few minutes for it to get cold. But I would say it's very good. You can leave it as is. I found this in Aldi's. They had a couple of different flavors. It's called Cold Foam, and this is caramel macchiato, and coffee's new best friend. And you can squirt some of this on top if you want. Look at that, baby. Doesn't that look delicious? Let me take another sip. So I like it. I like it a lot. Would I recommend you buy it? I think so. But then we're going to compare it to the other 2. So hold on. I want to go get a napkin. So I have brought you 3 today because each of them has their own characteristics. And I'm going to show you the difference. Now, I didn't use this, but if you want, you can use one of your little frothers. And when you put your coffee in and your cream, you just press it, and it foams up your coffee. So I use this a lot too. All right, now in the interim, when I wasn't able to get Trader Joe's coffee, when they took it off the shelf, I found this. Now, I do not go to Starbucks and buy Starbucks coffee. First of all, it's too strong for me. And second of all, I think it's pretty darn expensive. And if given a choice, honestly, I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts. But then I spotted this. This was about a year ago. And Starbucks came out with their iced coffee, and it's their blonde roast. Blonde roast, unsweetened black coffee. So I said, you know what? That sounds like it's not going to be as strong. And I'm going to try it. Now, you know, this only has like 10 calories in it because it's just coffee with nothing in it. And it says on here, Starbucks blonde roast is mellow and soft, and that's what I prefer. The light-bodied coffee has a vibrant taste thanks to its shorter roast time. So that works for me. It says you can even expect to experience notes of lightly toasted nuts and soft cocoa. Well, I have never found that to be, but anyway, I'm just reading to you what's on the bottle. And let me see what else. It's basically ingredients are brewed Starbucks coffee with water. And that's it. So I figured I would try this. Now this is not dry. You know, this you keep in the refrigerator. And I have noticed that since I started buying this, there's a lot of other brands that came out with the iced coffee. But because this was the blonde roast, I thought I would try it. So let me pour some of that into here. Obviously, you have to keep this refrigerated. Now, I have noticed in the stores, the prices of this have gone up. Well, the prices of everything have gone up. This is not expensive at all. Of course, it's small. It's only, let me see, how much is in here? 3.5 ounces. I forget how many glasses it makes. Quite a bit. 22 servings. So I don't have the price, but I know this was not expensive in Trader Joe's. This, when I started buying this, I want to say it was $5 and change, and then it went up to $6 and change. So it depends on the store you buy it in. It could be anywhere from $6 to $7. I'm not sure. But anyway, here we go. So I'm going to put my half and half in here into the Starbucks Blonde. Now remember, I'm using Blonde. Okay. Put my stevia in, and you can use the stevia liquid too. Like I said, this is my sweetener of choice. This is the stevia in the raw. The others I don't care for, the Splenda and all those other ones. This is more natural, and I don't have any kind of aftertaste with it. So let me stir that around a little. All right, put some ice in here. Now, obviously the Trader Joe one is only sold in Trader Joe's, but this, I think you can find this. I mean, I've seen it in ShopRite, Stop and Shop, Target. So I think this is pretty much over by the milk and all in that area in most of the food stores. So let me get my straw and give this one a taste. See what I think the difference is. Now, because we're comparing them, I have to be honest. This tastes a lot better than the Trader Joe's one. In fact, I don't know. The Trader Joe's one is nice to maybe keep on hand, keep it in your cabinet, or if you run out of this, but given a choice, this tastes much better. And they're right, it does have a nice mellow taste to it. I like it. I like it a lot. What else does it say? Let me see if there's anything else I want you to know about this. How many servings? Well, this says 4 servings per container, but that would be a 12-ounce size, so it'd be a lot bigger than this. So you can make it smaller or larger. It just says premium coffee beverage. Created with the Starbucks coffee that you love. So, this, yes, I do give this a 10. I like it a lot. Trader Joe one, I would say maybe, I don't know, a 7 or an 8. Now, Trader Joe's has a concentrated one. It's not refrigerated. It's their brand. Comes in a bottle. And it's concentrated, so you only put a little bit of it in, and it's liquid, and then you add your water. But if I'm comparing the Trader Joe's with this, I say this. So here we go. It's the Blonde Roast, and that's the one I want. All right. Let me move on to number 3. Now, this interested me. I had never seen it or heard of it before. This is Nescafe Ice Roast. Now, I first saw this on TikTok, and then I looked in the stores because I had heard they had it in Walmart and Target. Couldn't find it. I was just in Walmart the other day. Now, maybe they were out of it. I don't know, but they did not have it. I looked in Target when I was in there. They didn't have it. So I really wanted to try it because I saw a couple of people reviewing it. So I did order it off of TikTok. Now I will tell you something else. This is on Amazon. Don't order it from Amazon because when I looked on there, the prices were outrageous. I'm like, how could they charge that? Like maybe double or more what you would probably pay on TikTok or in the food store. And there's no way I would order this online. It's way too expensive. They're crazy. But anyway, I saw this and people were saying it was good. Now, supposedly this jar makes 85 cups of coffee when prepared as directed. And it's 100% pure coffee, pure instant coffee. Refreshing with a rich taste. And like I say, I don't know how long this has been out, but I've never seen it. What does it say on the back? Every cup you drink can do a lot of good. Oh, I see. They strive for 100% responsibility, sourced coffee to improve the lands and the livelihoods of the coffee farmers. So that's a good thing, right? And on here, you don't have to refrigerate this. Just keep it closed tightly in a cool, dry place. And they're saying add your cold water to 6 ounces and then add 1 teaspoon of the coffee. So that's what we're going to do on our number 3. Alrighty, let me get my water in there. Whoa! Did you see what I almost did? I put this sugar in there last night so I wouldn't forget. I almost poured the water in the little packets of sugar. Crazy! If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I do all kinds of baking, sweet and savory. I do special events. I do some reviews. Here we go. And a little of this and a little of that. So if you haven't, and we like to have fun. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, so let me stir this one up. Now I can see this looks, you probably can't see it, but I can see it. It looks very light to me. So I'm going to put just a little bit more coffee in there. It just seems a little too light. And this is the Nescafe Ice Roast. All right. Now let me get my half and half. I can see this is a different color than the other 2 coffees I used. Alrighty. And my stevia in the raw. And if you don't like, if you like black coffee, couldn't be any easier. Just make the coffee and put your ice cubes in it. Okay. Let me get my straw and stir this one up. Let me get my bowl of ice here. My hands are clean. All right. Okay. And let me take a sip. Well, let me put a little more coffee in. So far, out of the 3, this is my least favorite, but maybe I needed a little more coffee. We'll see. I bought these coffees with my own money. Not getting paid for this little iced coffee showdown, but I want to be honest with you. All right, let me see now. Well, to me, this has a completely different taste than the other 2. I'm not crazy about it. I mean, would I drink it? Yeah. I almost feel like I need to put another pack of stevia in it because it tastes a little bitter to me. All right, so let me line these babies up and give you my thoughts. Here we go. You're on the end there, and you were in the middle. Okay, so number 1 that I showed you was the Starbucks cold brew. Number 2 was the Starbucks blonde coffee. And number 3 was the new, or fairly new, Nescafe Ice Roast. This is a pretty big jar. How am I rating these? And this is just based on my taste. I mean, everybody has a different taste palette. I'm going to switch these around, and I'm going to say my number 1 is the Starbucks blonde. It really does taste good. And like I say, if it wasn't blonde, I probably wouldn't like it. It would be too strong for me. But this Starbucks iced coffee, the blonde, I think is delicious. So I'm rating this number 1. I'm going to leave these the way they are. I'm rating number 2, the Trader Joe's cold brew. And unfortunately, for this taste test, I have to say number 3 is the Nescafe. I mean, I don't know. It's even looking at it here, it seems, I don't know, seems a different color. Seems more watery. I'm going to put a little bit more half and half in it. It doesn't look like the other 2 coffees. So, let me see. No, I don't care for this at all. It just tastes too bitter to me. So I'm going to rate these. I'll give this one a 10. I'll give this little guy maybe a 7. And this one, well, I want to be nice. So, I'll give this one maybe a 5. Maybe because it says on it, refreshing and rich taste. Maybe it's just a little too strong or a little too bitter for me, but I don't care for this one. Maybe if you put more sugar in it or you squirt some more of this cold foam in it, you might like it better. So anyway, this is my honest review on these 3 iced coffees. I will tell you, I love iced coffee. I really do. And I have it every day. Every day I have 1 cup of iced coffee or a glass of iced coffee in the morning. And I love it. My glass is usually bigger than these. I have the mason jars where the metal screws on top and the straw fits through it. And I enjoy it every single morning. And like I say, it's summer, but as soon as the winter comes, I'll still be drinking it because I really do enjoy it. So if you're curious about these coffees, I hope this review helps you a little bit. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll help you discover which of these best suits your taste. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for watching this review. You know I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to leave me a comment, maybe if you tried these and what your feelings are. And if you like the review, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. So I will see you all very soon. Toodles!